Here are some strategies to avoid the real estate fraud in Vilcabamba. We get it. Many have done these videos, but the channel isn't selling anything. After looking at dozens of properties and houses in Vilcabamba and surrounding areas, we've met many Ecuadorian owners without a realtor. The first golden rule is never to trust an American, Canadian, Peruvian, or Ecuadorian realtor. There are no remedies, licensing agencies, or others to protect you. You are now in enemy territory, and never forget it. Anyone can be a realtor in Ecuador. No corporate or business structure is required, no corporate account, and no license or a license doesn't matter. No taxes are paid, just rent a space, put up a sign, create a website. You are now a realtor in Ecuador. It will be an endless, exhaustive process. Be patient and diligent, act like an investigator, have a clear head, be prepared to shell out money as you vet the potential purchase, and always be prepared to walk away. Always be prepared to walk away. Check out Paul Ekman's 7 micro-expressions to evaluate intent. Try to have trustworthy people with you if you purchase as a single person. Ecuadorians do not use realtors among themselves. Realtor offices are for expats, and almost all are honeypots. Never use a realtor that offers a complete in-house process. For example, Vilcabamba Real Estate, Yadira and Derik. They provide attorney, realtor, and translator services. But which hat is Yadira wearing? There are no checks and balances. We'd recommend avoiding them due to their complex personalities, greed, and lack of professional conduct. Expats have many complaints about this operation, whether the post office or its many tentacles. Abundant Living, Jesse, told me they operate as dual agent realtors, representing both the seller and buyer, legal advisors and title officers, the ideal fraud platform. Look at Ryan's bio under their Meet the Team. You will need a separate lawyer and ethical translator. Notaries are not immune from fraud. So you found the property or a house of interest. Immediately ask for the land title. There should be a 7+ page document. Realtors in Vilca don't want you to see this document. Nick Vassy, Instacash Realty, took over 2 weeks and many prompts to produce a title document in Yasanga. But laying out those lines of cocaine takes time. They will stonewall you. The fraud lies between the title, the seller, and the buyer. If they can separate them, the price is inflated, usually around $100,000 for abundant on each transaction. The title document covers or should cover all aspects including water and mineral rights, easement, zoning, and the property's last sale price. If it's not in this document, you have no legal claim to whatever you may have been told. They don't want you to see it, but seriously, this will be the first red flag. If the land title recently changed hands, ask for the previous one. Ecuadorians we met shared this document without hesitation. Next, meet the owners immediately. Verify they are the legal owners through their cedula, show your passport or cedula, and bring an honest translator. Confirm their asking price. Most will conceal the actual owners and the property deed. Always be prepared to walk away. If the realtor refuses to comply, you've just saved yourself from a nightmare. Next, go to their Google review and comment. Yadira and Derik have no Google review, which is a red flag. Never buy property from a realtor in Vilcabamba who holds title to the property or if there's a straw man. Tara Walker, Tierras Realty, tried to peddle her mom's house in Malipamba for an exorbitant price. This is another sketchy character. You will be gringoed. For example, Jesse and Haydee at Abundant have at least 1.6 million real estate portfolio. They launder their huge profits through buying real estate. If in doubt, ask for the prior land deed before any purchase. If the deed was notarized recently, passed through hands, or was never legally transferred, insist on seeing the preceding title or steer clear. Ensure the realtor is not involved or present in the notary process and you have a trusted lawyer. Never let the realtor be involved or located at the notary office. Carl was recently removed from a notary office by the police in Malacados after he refused to leave and had an emotional breakdown. It was quite the drama. Escrow does not exist in Ecuador. However, an honest attorney can establish an escrow type of bank account to safeguard sellers and buyers. We have people who recently bought from Abundant and realize they have no title to their land after the sale, or the water canal is in sight, but others won't allow access, or the property has no legal access to electricity. There are some severe assholes out there. Countless sales taxes by Carl Marsan and Abundant and their marketing videos showing houses and land are patently false. For example, Carl will factually state that the water is pure and from so-and-so, or the land is fertile. Unless they have a water purity or soil test with a date, don't believe Carl. It's all part of their fraud. They do zero due diligence and will conceal known issues. Carl's bio claims he's a Christian. Even if they get the water and soil tested, chemical farming, waterborne pollutants, including fecal matter, are common. Collect samples without the realtor's knowledge and get those tests done in Loja at a trusted laboratory. These realtors have their tentacles everywhere. Insist on occupying your dream house for at least a month before purchasing. At the least, spend copious amounts of time at the location and in the house. Homes are on the market for a long time because of price gouging, poor economy, and neighbors or defects the interested party doesn't know. During this rent period, meet your neighbors. Invite them over for a beer and snacks and ask about crime, land use changes in the hopper, dogs, chickens, truck traffic, unpermitted party venues, and so forth. People I know recently bought outside Malacatos to discover they have a gravel pit down their road, trucks kicking up dust and noise day and night. Their sale of a furnished house was ripped off between payment and their move-in by the sellers. The entire contents were stolen, minus the ghost turds, and Abundant refused to assist the buyer. Abundant will never be seen again as soon as the transaction is over. They also discovered their rural neighborhood is now being developed. In the interim period, their next-door Ecuadorian neighbors hooked up to their electricity and water. It took 8 months to figure out. Utility and water theft are national pastimes against expats. Ecuador has no building code enforcement. Believe it or not, builders are not licensed or bonded. Anyone can build a house. The home's appearance can be very deceptive. Regardless of the builder's reputation, there's an excellent chance the house will have foundation, plumbing, electrical, sewage, leaky roof, black mold, and other hidden defects. Notice the enormous price tags on these fundamentally shitty houses. Look beyond the cover. It's Murphy's Law. Case in point, the self-described architect and builder Milton Mena, with whom Abundant has shared investments and marketing videos, has a new collapsing house in Cucanama. Mena couldn't find his way out of a cardboard box. People report he's incompetent, has a complex and troubling personality, and is known for being non-responsive and disappears. It's all birds of a feather. Milton Mena has liabilities. When an architect designs and builds a house in Ecuador, they're responsible for the integrity of the building for 10 years. Mena is no longer an architect builder because he's crooked. Irregardless, avoid Milton Mena like a COVID vaccination. You'll have to hire an engineer to drill in the foundation and walls, as Joe Meadows did. Her house appeared solid, but drilling exposed a weak foundation and house integrity issues when it started to literally falling apart. This was the notorious Shangri-La Marco Leon. Onwards to security issues. Abundant, Jolie Farms, and other YouTubers always minimize the security risk in the Vilcabamba region. The magnitude of older expats makes it the ideal predatory ground. It's usually 5 masked men armed that will greet you with guns to the head. Be prepared to be beaten and hogtied as they terrorize you to find the hidden cash. Purposeful compliance is the best strategy, and counterattack if the opportunity presents itself, which is challenging from a hogtied position. As Abundant and others showcase these large homes, note that many have no security features. The guy from Mexicano, his new house, has slit windows and other features to deter invasions. Open windows throughout a home can be shattered and entered in seconds. Be prepared to shell out money for security resources. A few builders are offering to build a bunker in the house. However, making the bedroom as a secure safety room is ideal. Other security items: dogs, tasers, security bedrooms, pepper spray, guns, real or rubber bullets, security bars, and install brackets to place metal bars or bamboo to stop kick-ins. CCTV with motion sensors and messaging to one's phone, emergency sirens and loud frequency alarms, neighborhood watch groups, situational awareness. Many invaders are known to stake out and wait. Excessive dog barking is a sign. There also appears to be a pattern that a lot of these happen during a full moon, but they've also happened during rainy times as well. Marine flare guns are cheap, available on the coast, lethal with illumination, and legal. Weapons behind doors or in corners. Firearms with a round loaded in the chamber at the ready. Practice, go to the range, be confident, be proficient. Stash money in the house for handover if required. On another note, never get involved in shared living where they own the property. You pay and they let you build and live under a contract. This has resulted in much harm to expats by expats. We have an expat that will share their experience. Here's a quick review. Enjoy and have fun. Trust no one. You're on a mission that requires investigation and extreme due diligence. It could be an exhausting process. Take complete control of the process. Protect your wealth and well-being. Establish an escrow account. Assess people around you to determine trust and ethical factors. Ask the realtors for their last 3 transaction references and verify. Meet the buyers for coffee. Most buyers will understand. Be prepared to walk away, and in some instances, run for us, run. Immediately gain the title, deed, translate. Meet the owner and verify the identities. Ensure the title document or deed is sound. If it's new, ask why. And for the prior deed, check for straw buyers or unprocessed deeds from a previous transaction. Confirm the seller's price, negotiate with the seller. Rent or occupy the house or land for an extensive time. Check the house's structural integrity via an engineer. Meet all the neighbors, assess micro and macro. Check security protocols in place and assess further security cost. Verify water and water access if there's a nearby canal, and electricity. Conduct water and soil tests.